Okay, then we're reacting to playback, reacting to her. I don't even want to say her name because how in the hell is she still allowed to do the shit that she does? But Andrew Tate was banned on everything. Like I've seen shit about her, but like it's crazy how like this double standard shit work. But yeah, she trying way too hard to make men sound useless as possible. She the type of girl to preach about body positivity, then immediately resort to body shaming for insults when it comes to men. Damn. Like, bro, she passes my shit like once every so often, and I'm like, why?
The guy making this video is like, this is unacceptable. Hashtag men's rights. Hashtag men's rights activist.
Men's rights to go to war and die.
Whoa, when it comes to the men's rights,
Like, bro, look at this, bro. Like,
the same dudes will be like, men actually built the world that you live in.
Who is this nigga right here? Who's that? Is that her husband? Is she married? And this, okay.
They built the internet. And
I hope when she has a son, right? If that is her husband, I hope her son sees all of this shit and goes no contact with her since. Yeah.
That's not true.
Because this is wild shit that she be saying, like crazy shit, though. Not even like regular shit.
To my core, men's rights people have nothing to do with. Y'all confusing two different groups of people. It's just the idea that there are some institutions in which men are severely disadvantaged and they deserve some more representation. That's all. Why does she have to think about things like that? Also, that was a crazy statement.
That was a crazy statement.
Yeah.
Men have the right to go to war and die. That is absurd.
Like if I was going to war and dying, upon which I'm not, I'd be highly upset if somebody that got some freedom as a result of my going to war and dying said some shit like that.
That's crazy. Yeah. Also, yeah, you all take that's like people just using like radical feminists and then making it seem as if like those are the people who are feminists. Like you're using the most radical versions of these people and even dumbing down their arguments and not actually giving a fair shake of what we're having. But hey, man, you know that's the internet right there, man.
She's saying like men shouldn't advocate for anything.
Yeah, they shouldn't advocate for themselves. They shouldn't advocate for their own rights.
They already have it all.
Yeah, they have it all.
What more do they need?
Have it all. They even have the right to go to war and die.
Yeah, like where's the issue?
The internet was actually invented by a black woman. I bet you didn't know that.
Damn her. Like, got me again.
Is that for real though?
But then when they say like they build homes and freeways and whatever the fuck they.
Or is that for real though? Is that for real? I'm just asking because I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. If she did, that's cool. I'm not gonna complain about that. Woman. I don't know. It doesn't say. And is she black? I don't know. That's why I'm looking it up. I'm not gonna run with her shit as fact because, I
think it was the slaves. I don't want to. I don't want to take it there, but.
Bro, what?
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But then I think to myself, even if that were true,
she is wrong.
What the?
She is wrong.
What the?
Everyone in the construction field right now is mind blown.
They're just slaves.
They're like, nigga, I'm a slave.
I'm a slave.
I thought I was an employed. I thought I was an employee.
Man, this check that I received the other day definitely says otherwise. No, the slaves didn't build highways, you idiot. They didn't build highways. The homes that we live in right now are not built by slaves. Are you serious? Like, come
that's crazy.
Y'all are just arguing.
That's actually insane.
I'll be fucked up when you found out, bro. The home that you live in right now is made by a slave. Would you still live there?
You wouldn't. You would not live there, bro. You would not live there for
also,
slave
if it was made by a slave, it should not be this expensive.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Like it's gonna
margins at that point are
like,
just absurd.
Like in New York homes was made by slaves, bro.
Oh my god.
Boy, you'd have to tell me how I got it that expensive, man.
Also, I just want people to know.
Yo, just to be clear, if you can make a decision to work somewhere and you're being compensated,
you're not a slave.
Yeah.
You're a worker, dog. Also, I just want people to know as well, man. You know, they still building homes today.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a whole cul-de-sac.
Hella slaves down the street.
I guess it's hella slaves down the street working right now.
Let's say, let's just entertain it for a sec. Even if that was true, are you one of those men?
Yeah.
Turns out we're both bitches. We're both at home, like we should be. That's why I'm like, you and I serve the same purpose in
Men
that
think
sense.
they're so much more important than they are. Like,
that's what
we
I'm
don't even
saying.
need y'all for a good nut no more.
Yeah.
Like, what are
Just
like
get
let's,
that rose that you were advertising.
that womanizer? Hey, this isn't that, but
But hey, if you're in the market,
if you ding ding, I'm telling you, hey. And what I'm
Bro,
not gonna lie,
what?
the rose is like the crack epidemic in the '80s to women. Like,
The rose. I'm
the
not gonna
rose
look
is
that
an
shit up on my
epidemic,
PC.
and I suggest all my women out there go get you one.
you were on the front lines
I
advertising
was
for
leading.
that.
That
You
wasn't even
leading
an
the
ad.
charge. I know.
Like, that was-
I know. I know it wasn't
That
an
was,
ad.
that was how I genuinely felt about it. Like,
You were posting about it so much I thought it was an ad. Like I was like, oh shit.
no, like I was just trying to put the ladies on, man. That shit was crazy.
That's proof you don't even need them for that. And even if they are there, if it's mediocre dick, it's not worth it anyways.
Yeah, like they
Waste of
just
time.
can't do
What
anything
are
right,
we
man.
talking
Like,
Yeah,
Bro, what is this? What is this?
I don't know.
Actually, sure. That's why I'm just listening to see where it goes.
This
man.
is like the like I don't like when women say stuff, or not even women, men too. Like even when I hear men podcasts say women are just pointless, they're useless. Like I sit there, I'm thinking to myself like, bro, y'all sound like incels. This right here, y'all sound like incels. Like to sit there and say there's no purpose of a man in your life, just even as a companion, you sound like somebody who just is miserable as hell. Like this, but this is the equivalent of just men saying there's no purpose of women. I can just go buy a prostitute. That's literally what this is saying. Literally.
Or a fleshlight.
Or a fleshlight. As if like there aren't.
yeah.
like, what truly are y'all good for? Y'all aren't even building. Y'all aren't going to war. All y'all do is wear dangly earrings and paint your nails.
And think you're breaking gender norms
Oh,
doing
bro,
that.
when like
On
the
top
white
of
boys
I was gonna say something, but you know what? I'll keep it in. I'll keep it.
like wear skirts, you're a boy in a skirt. Like,
Yeah, you're not getting a handshake from me.
And then
like,
girls are like, oh my god.
But they don't want a
like,
handshake from you.
well, and it all ties back to the same like center point, which is they want to say all these things about men's rights or whatever as if you don't already have more rights than the average marginalized person.
I think it's so crazy to still say something like men.
Yo, I'm curious. Do people actually think? Is there like other people that are not content creators that I say content creators, quotations, whatever, that actually think like this? Because I am lost, bro. I don't know what I would do if I ran into somebody who actually thought like this. Like, I think I would just have to walk away. Like, that would be insane. Imagining a living human being thinking like this, bro. Like,
Men's rights when
you probably need to like, I don't even know.
Read the room, bitch.
Like-
Like, it's insane. What's up with these ads, honestly? We gotta chill.
Come on, they can't read.
yeah, you
Drew.
got them. You're asking if we know you have them? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We're well aware. We can't relate, but we're well aware.
I just like I hate like the new age like back and forth with like men, women. Like I hate those discussions on Twitter.
Bro, turn this shit
Y'all
off.
are the discussion.
You are literally doing it. You're part.
That's crazy.
Yo, that's crazy as hell, bro. What kind of lack of awareness? Hey, I just hate when, 9 days people just get on and that, that back and forth. Oh man, we all know that back and forth.
Oh my God. You're
That's crazy.
literally participating right now.
That's crazy.
Yo, that's nuts, actually.
Oh,
Hey,
oh my God.
get it together. You look crazy right now. Get it together.
Hey, yo, that was like the last thing I thought you said.
Hey,
Oh
just to
my
let you
God.
know,
Oh my
most
God.
Americans
Oh
are
my goodness.
pro-choice. Or most Americans are pro-choice. The niggas y'all keep electing,
Oh.
you have the power to vote. The people you keep electing overwhelmingly. But that has nothing to do with men's rights. Those two issues are completely separate.
Completely separate.
Completely separate. Just because you believe in men's rights does not mean you don't think someone should have the right to choose. At all. So stop conflating two different issues just because it sounds good. But those are two completely separate issues. Why you keep? That's the second time they did that.
Yeah, I know, but that's a part of the argument. Again,
It's like the part of their argument is misunderstanding counter arguments.
yes, literally.
Because it's easier to pick it apart when you pretend like you don't understand the purpose of it.
But they don't want to, and that's also the other problem. So the problem with the whole men versus women argument that you are participating in, but apparently you
Not just
don't
participating,
realize.
like you're really stoking the
You're
flames.
like you're the figurehead right now. Yeah.
Like y'all and fresh and fit.
Oh,
Man, y'all
my
top
God.
two right now.
Which is crazy because they don't even realize that they're just another part of
opposites.
the coin. They don't even really realize it. Each side is just misunderstanding the other side's arguments, and they're doing it on purpose. So there's actually no, There's no way to move forward. Like Drew sitting there saying, well, let's say hypothetically speaking that they do build the world. Like yes, no, it's not hypothetical. Men overwhelmingly are a part of the workforce that is building things in this country. Then literally said, but that's not what you're doing. Yes, of course, not every man is doing that. Yes, of course, we know not every man is building a home. We get that. However, the ones who do build homes, 90 to 95% of the time, are men. They're men. What are we talking about?
Or like make sure when you purchase your home, when you purchase your beautiful home from this podcast of misinformation, and once you take the revenue from that and you purchase your beautiful home, just make sure it was built exclusively by women. Like it's not hard to pay credit to the people that participated in you being able to live this comfortable life. It's a lot of shit that happened. This shit that happened hundreds of years ago. But then there's also stuff that happened just yesterday when the nigga filled the pothole outside your house because fucking 2 Toyota RAV4s were totaled because it was a massive pothole. Like why is
when you got it flat and you had to call AAA and there was a man who came to fix it? Like to ignore the things in which a whole nother gender does and to sit there and just say y'all don't even do anything. That is. You
like
don't
the
understand
jewelry,
what you're saying.
The millions of pieces of jewelry on your body, most likely mined by
men,
a guy, and who like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Phantom, what do you think about men's rights?
I've never heard of that, bro.
See, I'm telling you, these niggas
just
live in
a
a bubble.
bubble.
I
It's a
swear to
bubble.
God, most people don't even think about stuff like this.
It's a bubble.
What do you think about like men didn't build the world around us? Like they're pretty fucking useless and replaceable.
What? Who said that?
I like how that, bro. It's like when somebody gets in trouble and then they're like, "Who did it?" and they just point.
All right. So let's all leave collectively, and let's see what happens. What the fuck? I don't know how people like try to that divided stupid ass shit.
Yeah, we might have to ban podcasts in America.
I'm gonna hit play.
It's ruining society.
You're not gonna be able to do that.
I talked about this once. Like they're like, if a lock is opened by one key, it's a master key. If it's opened by multiple, it's a shitty
bad lock.
or
Yeah, it's
whatever.
a bad lock.
So they're
That's
basically
exactly
saying
the
like
thing.
women.
You fuck a lot of people,
Yeah,
you're
you got a
yeah.
lot of bodies. You're a whore.
Yeah.
If you're a man,
Yada,
you're
yada,
a
yada.
master. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I think to myself, locking keys, inanimate objects. They're not real, right? So I mean, I can say like if
Wait. What does she mean by they're not real?
Does anyone hear it? Like
Alive real or real?
what does it mean? Nothing.
Yeah.
It means nothing. But you know who has a lot of keys? Janitors.
Yeah.
That's you.
What the
You're looking down the barrel of your future, babe.
Yeah.
Like
What in the fuck are y'all talking
Y'all
about?
pretending like you don't know what an analogy is right now.
Oh my god, it's an analogy, bro. It's an analogy.
That's the first time I've also heard that, but damn.
Analogy.
So we had to be janitors if we understand how analogies work. Is that what you're saying?
Come on, bro.
That's crazy as hell, man. Yo, bro, do you watch these podcasts, bro? They be saying nonsense.
I think they just be bored, bro.
Yeah,
They do
really
be
what it is.
bored.
But like,
they bored.
do they? I don't think they actually mean like the shit they be saying. You know how many girls I done snipe, bro, that say men ain't shit. If men ain't shit, why the fuck we just fuck?
No, that's most women nowadays.
Really?
In my experience, at least. Maybe I'm in that bubble. I don't know. But like they'll say shit like, I used to think like men weren't like. I used to say fuck man.
Do you know? You'll be honest. You'll be really honest.
What?
The problem right now is that women are trying to like find themselves as they continue to like explore who they are through like as more like gender norms continue to get broken down and people feel like they're being more liberated. However, what they realize is that as they continue to do the things that they want to do, they still want to uphold traditional values as well. So then they're kind of stuck in this gray area where they're picking and choosing, and they end up contradicting themselves. They end up picking and choosing what they want and what they don't want. And then they hope that a man can somehow, they find a man that is willing to accept all the progressive things that they're trying to do while still has traditional values, but not the ones that may quote unquote oppress her. So they want like this very idealistic world that they want to live in. But the reality is that's not how life works. Like nobody should go into any type of relationship or even a job believing that it's going to be exactly how they want it to be. That's just not how that works. You have to make sacrifices and adjustments to who you are. But I think that's what's happening, and women are just trying to figure out what they like and what they wanna be. But the reality is, for men, that doesn't exist. Like as a man, I just know for a fact, in a relationship, I'm gonna have to have some financial
You better
responsibility.
figure it out, man.
Facts. Like as a man, you gotta just figure that shit out. You know for a
Alright.
fact I'm gonna have some type of financial responsibility. I know for a fact I'm gonna be expected to protect. I know for a fact I'm gonna have to lead in some capacity. Even if I'm not the sole one doing those things, I know irrefutably I'm gonna have to participate in those responsibilities in a relationship, regardless of how progressive the roles are in our relationship.
It be some girls that do that role too. Though.
I'm not saying they don't do it.
It's just not as
That's an interesting viewpoint.
What I'm saying is, a man is never going to go into a relationship thinking that the woman is going to pay for everything. A woman could move around thinking that way and find a man who can do that for her. But men can't do that. Men are just not going to be able to do that at all. Like, not even like...
Not most men.
I would say...
Because I know like 2, 3, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Like 2 or 3. So I would say like 99.9% of the time.
Right, yeah.
Like, niggas know. And even those men, I'm pretty sure at some point they thought to themselves, I might have to provide financially.
Get it together,
They definitely think that in the back of their mind. Men are trash. They dog shit. They're horrible. What are they even used for? What's the purpose of them? Matter of fact, they do have the right to go in the army and die. That's literally what they said earlier. Yeah.
I think I would just be more open. I'm lying. I would never be open to hearing men out. However, since this is a podcast, I will lie. If I would be more open if they just made sense.
Yeah.
Like
Don't they almost always make sense? Because isn't it like guys are the logical one and then girls or women are the other one, whichever the other one is? I don't know.
Just if it could just correlate in one.
Or the one that use their feelings or whatever.
No analogies, no oranges, no apples, no locks, no keys, no cars. just
life is
one
crazy.
fact.
Yeah, just one.
I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, when they're like men are sitting in positions or women are sitting in positions of power actively oppressing men. I literally went name one. And he's like, I don't have to prove anything. There you go.
Like name any female politician or business owner, CEO, CFO. Like there's what the hell, Kamala Harris. Like there's hella people that have power. You can pretend like women have zero power in society,
and they're not actively oppressing men. Like some of the things that they do won't oppress men. Y'all just chatting right now. Also, like they're also picking the weakest arguments that they make, because I've actually never heard that argument before.
Yeah, me neither.
I've actively never.
Let's take a moment to think about like these very specific ass moments and conversations from your bubble. Like, yo, you just, oh my god, it's really clicking for me today.
Yeah, they're picking the worst arguments just so they can have counterpoints to arguments that really nobody says. I've never heard that argument.
The logic of I'm not gonna try and listen to you because you don't say anything that makes sense is the opposite. You can't make sense of shit you're not trying to listen to.
Facts.
So you could sit there and pretend like you're waiting on facts, but there are plenty of facts for the counter arguments. You just refuse to bring them up on your podcast. And it is what it is. That's fine. It's like you want to say your viewpoints. It's your podcast. Do what you want. But don't pretend like you're hearing out the other side. At least not properly.
That is true. She literally said, I'm not going to hear them out. And then said,
that's crazy.
And then followed up by saying, just name a fact. And it's like, bro, you're not listening to them. So how would you even receive the facts if you're not going to listen?
Also, facts are easily skewable too. Just if you just have to look at the research methods, like McDonald's paid to convince people that their food was not unhealthy. Like Coke paid to convince the world that their drinks were not that bad. All you have to do is exercise. That's wrong. You could pay to have any stat say anything for you if you just fucking look at only specific pieces and points of data. But they know that. Again, like these are just, they're making their argument by any means, bro. They couldn't give less a fuck about what the truth looks like or finding a middle ground or understanding. This group of people, they make their arguments, and then the men's podcast, they can make their arguments, and nobody's gonna understand anybody. And the niggas down the middle with fucking brains is just like, damn, it's tough. Y'all stoking the division that you claim to hate, but you don't give a fuck, because if people don't think like you'd rather have division. And that's just is what it is, man. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section down below. We got
that's crazy though.
Like this one.
That is insane, actually. Hold on. No. He's trying way too hard to. Oh wait, I already read that. To be able to say all that and not get canceled, that's some real privilege right there. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy how she is saying all that shit and no repercussions are happening. One of the most toxic TikTokers ever, and it astounds me that most people haven't reacted to her content stuff. Because her fans are insane to go after them. Nobody should have to deal with it. 1 million and still get annoyed? You sound like a fanboy. I don't know if you probably has a side piece. Wait, what? Here's her fans. Right, and they don't want to give her the platform. And she literally has a boyfriend while saying all that. She has a boyfriend? They've been together for 5 years and he still hasn't married her. Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder. No, look. What happened was my voice probably distorted on that shit. My bad, bro. I'm gonna try to fix my audio today. But what happened was I said I wonder why in my head, and I didn't read the next comment, so that's why I laughed and thought it was funny. So yeah, subscribe, playback, subscribe to me, like both our shit. See you. Bye.